Now, let us welcome the fourth speaker. She is Ms. Junko Hara from University of the Sacred Heart, Tokyo. She will deliver the speech under the title of Totally Different but Exactly the Same. Totally different but exactly the same. Then Ms. Hara, please come up to the center of the stage.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies and distinguished judges. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. One morning, on 1st May 1989, a Japanese man was walking along the Singapore River. He was enjoying a holiday in Singapore with his friends. On that day, he had woken up early, so he decided to take a walk. The sky was a perfect blue with a nice morning breeze. He was relaxing and enjoying looking at the sky and scenery when he suddenly realized that there was a woman with an injured leg who was squatting down. As soon as he saw that, he expressed, "Wait, 5 minutes, 5 minutes," with his body language. He ran to a pharmacy and brought back a Band-Aid for her pain relief. Well, I don't know how he continued the conversation at that time, but they became close by learning each other's language and eventually got married. And several years later, here I am. I was born into this world. I got goosebumps all over my body when I realized that I wouldn't be in this world if my father had hesitated to help out the foreign woman just because he was not good at speaking English. However, I feel so many Japanese people are likely to keep a distance from foreigners for that reason. Probably because they are afraid of making mistakes or become awkward when communication doesn't go well. Don't you feel the same way? Actually, I was the same as them, but one of my experiences reminded me of something I had forgotten. The importance of knowing that foreigners are also same human who has feelings exactly like us. 3 years ago, I became a volunteer to help out with a children's camp. And this year, there were 4 foreign children. Most of the volunteers said they were not good at speaking English, so they kept a distance from foreign kids, and instead, they pushed me to be an interpreter to translate Japanese into English for them. Though I belong to English Speaking Society, ESS, being faced with foreign children was also difficult for me. And I couldn't interact in the same way as with Japanese children. However, I was soon surprised to see how well the children played together. One boy was running happily in an open field, but then he approached to a foreign girl and suddenly pushed her. I was about to jump up and scold him when I saw that. On the other side, the girl did the same back to the boy, with a smile. There you go, tag, in Japanese, onigokko, had begun. Meanwhile, another group of boys, including a foreign kids, were competing to see who could catch the biggest insect. No doubt, there was a language barrier between the Japanese and foreign children, but I didn't see any border between them. This scene taught me that children did not put a labels on foreigners. Instead, they saw a foreign child as the same human as themselves. I was ashamed of myself who drew a border just because I was afraid to speak out in English. At the same time, children let me realize a very important thing. That is, although we grew up with different appearance and have different language, we all can experience the same feelings: joy, sadness, anger, disgust, and fear. If we smile, they smile back. If we push them, they push us back. If we keep a distance from them, they get sad. It's that simple. So we shouldn't change our attitudes no matter he or she is Japanese or a foreigner. Of course, we have to learn foreign language too. We don't always play tag or enjoy catching insects when we are adults. But language shouldn't be the barrier, which prevents us from interacting with each other. Well, it might have sounded obvious to you when I said foreigners are also same human who has feelings exactly like us. Yes, we take it for granted that foreigners are also same human, only in our mind. However, consequently, a foreigner has been hurt from surroundings behavior unconsciously led by the labels that they are totally different from us. Actually, my mother is Singaporean and she was having a hard time in Japan. Especially when she first came to this country, she was excluded from mother's group in my school. At that time, she felt even lonelier in this unfamiliar country. Why am I treated differently from others? Did I do something wrong? These were the questions she always asked herself. Can you guess what happened next? She went back to Singapore. Nothing had changed. Even though she tried hard to change herself to make a better relationship, it was meaningless because people around her kept treating her as an outsider. This is a reality, and it is still happening everywhere in Japan because we are likely miss the point that foreigners are like us and has feelings like us too. So once again, please bear in mind that though he or she is Japanese or a foreigner, the fact remains that they are also same human. Foreigner has totally different background, but they also has feelings extremely and exactly like us. It is not until we treat foreigners in the same way that people like my mother can finally feel that they belong in Japan. Ladies and gentlemen, please recall your own background. We are putting our effort into learning English or some other language, but don't we sometimes focus too much on language and forget the important thing? So before you hurt someone unknowingly, I want you to remember that we are different but same within ourselves. I want you to be challenged to treat everyone equally no matter who they are. And I want you to be a person who doesn't let the foreigner feel isolated anymore. This is all I can say as a person who was born between the parents, who can never forget the fact that we are all totally different, but exactly the same. Thank you very much.
Then we will have question and answer session for 4 minutes. Mr. Tamura, please.
Hello, Junko-san. How are you?
Hello, I really love Goromaru, so I'm really happy to stand on the same stage.
Can you mimic Goromo now?
Goromaru, mimic. He's always doing like this, right?
Okay, all right. Thank you. All right, first question. Have you ever been to Singapore?
Yeah, my mother is still living in Singapore,
Okay.
so I always visit her. And last time I was staying for 6 years in Singapore.
What did you think of the people in Singapore?
The people in Singapore is really encounter everybody because Singapore is multinational country. There are lots of culture mixing in one country. So we celebrate all the cultural festival. Even Chinese people celebrate Indian culture. So it was really friendly environment.
Okay. Did you feel isolated? in Singapore?
In Singapore, I go to Japanese school,
Okay.
so I don't really mix around with the people. But, well, when I go out to the town and sometimes I ask the road, then some people really friendly to ask, to tell the road kindly.
Have you ever felt isolated in other countries?
Other country, I have never been to other countries, so I don't know.
Okay, all right. The next question is, you said that children don't put a label on foreigners.
Yeah.
But as we grow up as an adult and we start putting a label on foreigners, why is that?
I think the differences between adults and children is the amount of our knowledge, because children have little knowledge than the adults. So if they meet the foreigners, at first, of course, they were surprised with the differences, but I think they are more flexible to encounter their differences. But for adults, we have more knowledge compared to the children. So if we see the people who have blue eyes or golden hair, then we automatically think that we have to talk with them in English or keep a distance from them by thinking that they are different from us.
Okay. All right, here is your last question. And the last question is your opportunity to make a short speech, 1 minute speech. And you can use as much time as you want, up to 1 minute, okay? If you want to be accepted by a group of people, the language is the most important tool to get to know each other. Because we are different and we are not exactly the same. So we should be able to communicate with them to know better, to understand each other. So language is more important than feelings. How do you refute?
Of course, language is very important to know other people more deeply. But before that, I think majority of Japanese people never take a first step to talk with the foreign people. So I think that is problem. If we never start to talk with them, then we don't know about them. So I think language is important, but if we have an intention to willing to know them, then we can use our body language, or even though we don't know their language, we can use body language or using picture. We can find a picture even in the Google, or even we can communicate with them with music. Everything we can do if we have an intention. So I think the feeling is more important than a language in the first step.
Thank you. That's all.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, but the time is over. Thank you, Mr. Tamura and Ms. Hara.